The next speaker is from the Ontario Brain Institute, Dr. Sibel Naska, who in fact has her PhD in neurobiology, and so she knows what she's talking about. And the Ontario Brain Institute is a government-supported neuroscience effort in our province, and Sibel is going to tell us about it and what they're going to hopefully do for the concussion world. So come on up, Sibel.
Thank you, Charles. Hi, everyone. It's great to be here tonight. And I'm going to tell you about what we do at Ontario Brain Institute, or OBI for short. So we are a not-for-profit organization funded by the Government of Ontario, and our mission is to maximize all the efforts and the impact of neuroscience and establish Ontario as a world leader in brain research, but also in commercialization and care. So it's a pretty ambitious goal, and we are a fairly young organization. We've been around for about 8 years so far, but a lot has been achieved in this relatively short amount of time. And we think our success is primarily due to the huge concentration of neuroscience brain researchers that we have in our province. This is our strength, and this is what sets us apart and what makes us world leaders in this area. So how can we harvest all this brain power that we have right here at home? At OBI, we believe in team science. We believe that by breaking down the siloed work and by bringing people together and this expertise together, we would be able to share and to push the field forward, to share the knowledge and integrate that knowledge and move forward in a more impactful way. So that's why we have funded the integrated discovery programs. We have 5 of them so far in different areas, going from neurodegenerative diseases to neurodevelopmental disorders, depression, epilepsy, and cerebral palsy. And we are now in the process of mobilizing the research community in concussion, and ideally and hopefully we'll launch another integrated discovery in this area. So our programs run across Ontario. We cover research institutions, hospitals. We bring together patients and their advocates and industry as well, all in one big network where all the assessments are standardized, and so we make sense of the data that is being collected across different disciplines, which go from genomics to imaging to neuropsychology and so on. So how can we make the most of this team approach? This is about neuroscience and integration across different disciplines. And it's not an easy approach, and it's not an easy thing to do, but we have our secret sauce, what we call brain code, and this is our neuroinformatics platform. Is basically our central database that allows all the data that is being collected by the scientists to be stored and analyzed, but above all allows for data sharing. And I think in the team science it's extremely important to share that knowledge, but also to allow for integration across. And when I mean integration, when I say integration, I mean not only within the program, but also across the programs that we support, and eventually later on down the road across the initiatives within our province or across Ontario, and why not internationally. Another important arm of our model is the commercialization. So we partner with industry, we bring them together to enter into research collaborations with our clinicians and researchers, and this allows for those discoveries to make their road from the lab into the market in a faster and more meaningful way. We also provide training and mentorship to young entrepreneurs, as well as to new startups to make their way into the market. Finally, our knowledge translation platform. This runs across all the programs and all the platforms, and it's a way for us to bring the patient's voice around the table. We actually do integrate patients and their advocates into our programs, and this allows for them to set the research priorities alongside our researchers and clinicians. Finally, a few words about our efforts to mobilize the research community in concussion. We have a great resource, great power here in terms of expertise, and what we have been doing this last few months or last year is to bring together that knowledge, and actually the team here, the research community in concussion has been amazing. They have come together and put a stellar proposal to OBI to launch a program called Connect, that would cover the whole spectrum from the early phases of the early stages of concussion to long-term consequences of it. We don't have funding for this in place yet. I just wanted you guys to know that the efforts are being mobilized, and hopefully, we're hopeful we'll be able to fund this, but right now we are in the process of building capacity around. Thank you all.
Thank you.